Hey everybody, I'd like to introduce you to a new friend of mine, Joshua Caleb Jackson. And he first came into my life as a result of another mutual friend of ours, Jason Webster, a beautiful man. And yeah, I saw a couple of the things you're up to. One, I saw that you'd written a book. And the book's called Corporate Pimp, which intrigued me. And two was that you've just left a six-figure job within the last 2 or 3 weeks to go out and do your full-time passion. And that's going to really speak to a lot of people that are listening to this. A lot of people holding on to things rather than going for their dream. So tell me a bit about what's going on in your world right now. What's getting you inspired?
Nice. It's a lot of stuff going on. So the name of the book is actually How to Pimp Corporate America. And I came up with the idea a year ago when I was thinking about writing a blog to share my experiences in the corporate workplace. And from there, from the blog, I created a character called the Corporate Pimp. So that's how that whole Corporate Pimp came out. And people were following that and reading the blog articles that I'll post every week. And then from there, I just started writing the book and crafting out my outline and my ideas for it. And I released it this past August. And what I did, like what you just mentioned, I just wanted to take a risk of choosing what actually is better for me, for my life, which is achieving my goals and everything that I want to set forth to accomplish. And I have been working in the corporate workplace for years, probably over 10 years. I always knew that at some point I was going to let go of it and start my own business, but I didn't know really at that time what I would actually do. But over the past few years, I've been really getting more involved in just my craft and understanding what really works for me. And it started about a year and a half ago. I started joining this organization, a nonprofit organization called Toastmasters. And I'm pretty sure you and maybe some other people have heard it. But they the public speaking skills and honing in on how to get away from stage fright and speak clearly and making sure you don't have filler words whenever you're talking. And just being a part of that organization made me realize how influential I could be as a motivational speaker. And I've always had that idea and that dream of it since 2003, but I just was kind of maybe afraid of getting into it or not understanding what I would want to speak about. Now that I have the proper platform to do that because of my book, How to Pimp Corporate America, it just gave me an avenue for me to share my gifts, my experiences, and my tips and my advice that I can share with people that are in high school or college, the new millennials, so that they can be successful once they do graduate from either high school or college.
Nice.
And so I came. Oh, go ahead. So from that moment on, after I realized, okay, I'm in Toastmasters, I definitely know exactly what I need to do and what my purpose is. I felt like I found my voice, especially when I started writing more. When I started writing more, that's something I always wanted to do because as a kid, when I would write a paper, I would write on the walls with the crayons because I just wanted to write. But from that moment on, I, when I started writing the book or the blog and then the book and then, enrolling into Toastmaster sessions, it just came a lot clearer to me of what my mission is and what I need to do and how I need to share that with the world. And that's when I, started planning. This is maybe 7-8 months ago. I started planning my exit out of corporate America. And as I'm planning my exit, I just was, also getting a lot of publicity with my book. I was on different news stations in the United States here, at Fox News, ABC News, the Book Circle Online, and just getting the word out there. And it basically set up a platform for me to actually do the tour. And I had this whole idea of saying, well, I don't want to just end it off with just a book and then a book signing event or a few events here and there. I want to be able to go out to the masses and do something that's different. I don't think any other author has done something quite like this. And so I wanted to, take it on the road and just not just talk about my book, but talk about maybe their life goals, give some career counseling, if you will, to different high school students, college students at all over the nation here in the United States. And so that's when I came up with the idea for the tour. And the name of the tour is the Revolutionizing Pimping Tour. So when I revolutionized the term pimping and turned it into something more positive of a connotation, and I'm going to 39 states here in the United States and 88 cities, starting February 8th and ending my tour in November. And I'm just so pumped up about it. And I put in my 2 week, my last day will be next Wednesday, the 23rd of December. And it was bittersweet. I was in DC a few days ago talking to my old team and my manager, and I'm really going to miss them. I've been working with them for 3 years for the American Red Cross, so I can actually say their name. So I've been working with the American Red Cross for 3 years, and it's been a great experience. So I'm just really excited that my team is really cheering me on and just making me feel happy and proud that they're supporting me, and they are really in my corner with everything that I plan to do. And so leaving there, it felt good. And I'm definitely going to miss them. But they're going to see me on the road. They'll see me on TV. And with that being said, I'm just so excited, just with next year. I think is just going to open up a lot of doors for me that I never thought would be open.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like it. So
thank you.
Next thing I'm really curious to look at, when you think about next year, there's a lot of stuff scheduled. And there's also a lot of stuff that's unknown. I think the biggest thing when people go for a new momentum project, they all wonder, how's it going to show up? Where are the resources going to come from? How do I believe that it's going to work out? Where does the faith come from? All those things, the things that you can't see right now because they haven't happened. Right. The uncertainty. Mm-hmm. Talk people through that. What's your process for that? A different year to what you've ever done. You've wanted to do this since 2003, and if you're real, you've been riding on walls since you're a kid. There's always been burning within you. So what is it? Is it almost like you just can't stop it being expressed now, or what's going on within your world that everything's just changed?
Yeah, it came to a point where I've achieved so much. Like I'll just tell you right now, back in 2011. I created my very first vision board. And with me creating that vision board, I started seeing things kind of come to pass. And so once I got the car that I wanted, once I got the money and the income I wanted, once I got that very nice house that I wanted, I realized that life is definitely much more than just having these, materialistic things. But what I really learned from the entire experience is that I've actually put it out there, the universe, that this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want to happen and manifest. And then I did the work with it, because you have to do the work. You can't just put it out there and say, all right, I'm just going to sit back, relax, and that's it. You have to do the work. So once I did the work with it, everything just kind of flowed, and it just flowed together for me, and everything started happening for me. And then I started realizing, okay, well, this is great that I wanted this, but now I'm in a different phase of my life. I'm at a phase where my success really means nothing if I'm not helping out others. And that's why I came up with this whole idea with the book and with the tour and to give back in different avenues. And because I've always been the type of person where I've always felt like, we should be learning and growing and always evolving. And I felt like if I'm not evolving or changing into a better person, a better soul, if you will, then I'm kind of doing myself a disadvantage, and I'm just kind of like just being content when I know that there's a bigger mission involved. And even as a kid, I always felt like there was something that was special about me to give to this world. And I'm pretty sure others felt the same way, but I wasn't scared about taking risk and doing what I had to do to achieve my goals. Like, at 18 years old, I was ready to leave home. And my dad, he didn't want me to. He wanted me to stay in our hometown for at least 2 more years after I graduated high school. But I just felt like, if I stay in my hometown any longer, I'm going to get complacent, and then I'm not going to want to do anything, and, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just wanted to get away, learn different experiences, discover, understand the cultures, and just meet other people, and just, really enjoy life, and not just life in a bubble, but life with other people and other countries, and just like me meeting you, through Jace. I met him in Australia when I was on vacation. So it's just amazing how like everything is like so connected and things are just growing, just immensely in my life as far as, opportunities. So, yeah.
Such a great time to be alive, brother.
Oh, yeah.
So what are the key themes, the key messages from the book? If you had to pick 3 key themes from the book that you just want to share with people today, to give them an insight into if they were to read this book?
Yeah. So the three key things in the book. First is the Pimp Plan. And the Pimp Plan is where I basically mention 3 things that people just need to understand that they need to build for their lives to achieve their goals and to really just make a change, a shift, so that they can be happier, with their lives and where they're going career-wise and their life goals. That's one thing, the Pimp Plan. Next is this chapter where I talk about not burning your bridges. I feel like a lot of times, when we're confronted, like in situations in the workplace or just anywhere, we tend to kind of just act on our emotions and not really think logically about why we're doing what we're doing or why we're upset and why we feel the way that we feel. I think it's important for us to kind of take a step back, think about what the different outcomes should be before we, just act irrationally or like, oh, well, I'm just mad, so I'm just going to just get it off my chest. And sometimes that's not a good idea, because there are 2 companies right now that if I ever applied with them, they would immediately reject me. So, and I talk about those experiences in my book and what I did. The next 3 thing is knowing your allies. I feel like a lot of people are very trustworthy, and so they kind of like divulge maybe certain things, to people at work that they probably shouldn't divulge. And so you just have to know like who is really in your corner to help you out for you to be successful, and then those that are really just actually using you are maybe are manipulative and have maybe some type of hidden agenda against you. And so it's always important just to know who you can trust, but make sure that you just kind of keep everything kind of very in a close circle where you don't have too many people understanding or knowing what you're doing. And because things can get kind of misconstrued, and people, they take information, they'll take it to the manager, it gets messy. So you don't want to have that. But those are probably like the three points I can think of. And so I was going to say 3 main points, but there's so many points.
Just get the book. We'll put a link to how to get the book below on this video so you guys can see it. That'll make it easy. And we'll tell you how to find you.
Oh yeah, the book. Oh, do you have the link? Did I send it to you?
Oh no, but I'll get it off you.
Okay, yeah.
Say it now if you want.
Want me to say it? Yeah, okay. It's thecorporatepimp.net/shop. So that's the corporate pimp.net/shop.
Done. Put it below too. Awesome. Next thing I'm going to ask too. One of the things I find that a lot of successful people do is powerful daily practices and habits. Not everyone does. Some people are just naturally successful. They just wake up, grab a cup of coffee, run out the door, and they're game on. Some people have a powerful way to start the day and work out their day and things like that. Do you have any of those particular practices to build yourself, to build the momentum?
Well, I always think that, whenever you wake up, sometimes, let's just be honest, sometimes you're not in the greatest mood. Maybe you didn't sleep good that night. Maybe there's a meeting that you have to go to that you really wasn't expecting to go to or get ready for. So, when I start my day off, whether it starts off good or bad or whatnot, I always just like to start it off with just a cup of coffee to get me going. Yeah. And then to keep myself in a positive attitude throughout the day, I always like to, at times, if I have time, I like to look at quotes just to motivate me. I don't like to be on social media a lot because I feel like with everything that goes on in the news, it's kind of counterintuitive for you to really be successful in your, on a daily basis, because there's so many things in the news that can really just turn your mood down. So I always like to stay away from social media. Music really is my therapy. So I like to listen to a lot of upbeat music to get me started in the morning. Because normally every morning I like to just kind of get work done like right away. Like if I wake up 5 or 6 in the morning, just kind of get up and I'm just on my computer, just going away at it. But for the most part, if I'm not, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'll just kind of just, if I'm not working, like on the weekends, I'm going to, maybe relax or whatever. But I always like to still start my day off with at least a cup of coffee, not really with social media and looking at it right away. But more so with just having that music in my head, and then got my earphones in. I'm just vibing to that, and nothing but positive energy. You just got to keep that flowing, and it's amazing how when you do that and you do it religiously, kind of like every day, it's so beneficial for your life because you're able to really really enjoy life, even if bad things happen. It doesn't matter. I consider bad things as like contrast. It's just contrast. So we're just going to fix the picture a little bit, put a little happy face on it, and then you're good to go.
I love that. Let's put a little happy face on it all and keep rolling. That's what I've noticed with the different people I've been chatting with. It's almost as if the underlying belief about everything that shows up is life's awesome. I see it more and more. I've got a friend, Richard, who I'd love you to meet one time. And he's about 59 years young now. I met him when he was in his 50s, and he looks younger now. He's getting younger. He's glowing more. He's got less gray hairs.
Oh, wow.
And he's just...
I need to be like him.
Yeah, his whole, like all the cells in his body are just changing, and he's stoked about life, which I love. It's cool. Just say we're looking at someone right now who's in a corporate career that they hate. That could be as a chief executive officer, and that could be someone working in the mailroom. Think about that, because it doesn't matter. Some people, just because you're making $1 million a year, they go, it's okay to hate your life because you're making $1 million a year. And then the person that's making $30,000 in the mailroom, well, it sucks because they're only making $30,000. Say both. Let's go wide on that one. What are you going to say to those people? Because let's say you're speaking to a room of those same people who are in the same room. Doesn't happen often. Normally the executives are separate to the juniors when you do a talk.
Right, of course. So if somebody like put me to the side and they said, hey, I really hate my job, this is what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. In a case like that, I would always, I think what works best whenever somebody is in a situation like that, because I have been in that situation where I did hate my job, is to understand kind of like, okay, why do I hate my job? Is it something that can be fixed? So that, because I don't agree with, and this is because of my past experiences. I don't agree that we should just throw in the towel, if you hate your job, and just say, you know what, F it all, I'm just going to just leave there and just not even put in my notice and blah, 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 blah. That's not the smart thing to do. The smart thing to do is understand, why do you hate your job, number one. Number two, okay, so you know why you hate your job. Is it something that can be fixed? Now, if it's something that can't be fixed, then okay, you got to weigh out your options. Can you look for another job and get something right away? Is it going to take some time? Can you move to a different department within the company if you still like the company? Because some people they have 401ks, profit sharing accounts, and things like that invested in these companies. And so if they do leave at a certain time, they'll lose out on the matches for profit sharing and what the company actually puts in for different 401ks. So I would say that they would have to think about a lot of different things before they just make that irrational kind of like decision of like, I'm just going to just leave and just quit, without having any type of plan in motion. So definitely, have a plan in motion if you are going to leave. If it's something that can be fixed, then you don't have to worry about the plan of actually leaving. Maybe it could be something where you talk to the manager and maybe take them out and say, hey, this is bothering me. I just want to just be transparent and talk with you. Is this something that we can work with? Is it something that we can, fix and we can actually make a better situation for both of us? Because and it's so hard to do that. I know it's easier said than done, but it can be hard because, not everybody is as vocal as others. And but maybe an email could work too. But it's just with emails, it's not as they don't see your emotions and how you actually feel and how you really want to get your point across, that you really want to be successful at that job. You just want the situation between them and you, much better. So definitely, yeah, that's what I would suggest, and that's what I would tell them.
I like that. One of the ways I've looked at it with people is, it doesn't matter what you're doing, just show up about 8 million%. And as soon as you start showing up 8 million%, no matter what you're doing, you're going to get more and more of what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're in the worst job in the world and you start showing up 8 million%, all of a sudden you're going to get a completely different thing. And because the thing I kept noticing was people would go from one job they hated to the next job they hated, and then they do the same thing with relationships. And interesting. But let's get off that topic. Let's not drag the energy down there. Five key momentum building activities, my friend.
Five key momentum building.
Say right now, I want to write a book. I want to get on tour. I want to do, you know what I mean? I want to go out and inspire people like you're doing right now. What are the 5 key momentum building activities that are going to really build the traction? 5 things.
5 things to build attraction for people to know about the tour.
No.
Like how to build a tour.
Yeah, say someone wants to go out right now, write a book, go on tour, get their PR happening, all those things. Just the mindset behind it, the energy behind it, the belief, whatever comes to mind. Things that you had to really dig deep, because you don't just wake up one morning you're on TV. You don't just wake up one morning you've got a book written. You don't just wake up and all of a sudden it's done. There's things.
Right.
So integrate.
So I can think of 5 things. Let me think. So at the very beginning of it is taking time to perfect your craft. So what I did was I started out with a blog site, and I started having blog entries, and I started actually understanding what my writing style was and how I need to work on certain things, like certain grammar, grammatical errors from here and there, or maybe my tenses need to be changed. So understanding what my writing craft, where it should be, and understanding where it was, and getting to that level where it was close to perfection. And so that's number 1, understanding what your craft is and working on that. Next would be getting a team set up. So like a team of for me, it was me getting my illustrator, my designer, my graphic designer, my printing company, so they can do all the printing, because I wanted to go the self-published route. And so getting that involved and understanding who those key players are to help me have a successful project was important. So I can't do it all by myself. So that's number 2. Number 3, doing the work. Like the actual work. Because it's one thing to perfect your craft, but it's another when you're actually doing it and getting to that next level where it's actually a finished product. So me taking the time out, the discipline I actually took a whole week off from work and told them that I was going to Miami. But, and I was going to Miami, but I canceled the trip. And instead I just stayed in Los Angeles to write my book. And I finished at least 50% of my book that whole week. Every morning I was disciplined. I went to the coffee shop, wrote down everything, about, what I wanted to talk about in the different chapters I was writing. And, I felt good. I felt good because that's really what I wanted to, I felt like that was like a snapshot of my future, because that's really what I want to do. I want to just go to a coffee shop, sit there, write all day, and then just kind of go home and just go to sleep. Or if I'm traveling across the world somewhere, which I probably will after this tour, then I go to another country, like, there in Australia, and just kind of sit there on your couch. So that's number, let's see, 3, right? Okay. No, is that 3? Yeah, that's 3. So 3, what is that?
Oh, yeah, I was just going to go through them again, but that's 3. You need a 4th.
Yes, the 4th one. All right, so yeah, because I said doing the work is number 3.
Master your craft.
So then,
team, do the work.
Yes, do the work. Yes. So then, number 4, I would say is, I'm thinking about the actual events in chronological order. So the fourth one is I want to say plan ahead, and meaning like plan ahead for your future of what you want to do with that project. So with my book project, like I mentioned earlier, I didn't want to just release this book, have a few book signings, and that's it. I wanted to kind of take it to the next level, and the next level was my tour. And so, planning that tour and getting everything kind of like, all the eggs and ducks in a row, I think is very, very important and vital. And also part of that planning was quitting my job so that I can have enough time to dedicate to my craft and to my tour. The last one, 5, and these are 5 building momentum. What did you call it? What was the name?
5 momentum building activities. So just some key insights.
Momentum building. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe the 5th one honestly would be celebrate.
I like that.
I'll tell you why. It's important to celebrate, the small milestones that you achieve, because that gets you kind of hyped and going for the next one, so that you can follow this whole process over again at step 1. And if you don't celebrate, you don't have to do anything extravagant and have parties and stuff. Maybe have a few drinks, a few beers with some friends, maybe go on a vacation. I mean, that's what I'm doing. So to all the listeners and the viewers out there, I'm going on vacation right after my last day is the December 23rd. So on my last day, after my last day, so the 24th of December, I'll be on a flight going to Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
And then from Brazil, I'll be there for a couple of days. Then I'll be in Argentina and Buenos Aires, and then leaving there after about 13 days and going to Lima and then Cusco, Peru. And I'll be there for about 10 days. So, and then going back to LA. So I'm really, 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 really excited, because that's something I need. I need to have a way to celebrate, a way to get out there and to, enjoy the place that I'm at in life right now, and enjoy where I plan to go. Because it's all about like being happy about where you are, so you can be happy about where you're going. And even though I may not have the Tony Robbins money right now, I may not have that house and everything. That doesn't matter, because if I focus on just giving back to the world, just with my talents, my gifts, then all the desires will come. And that's kind of like, I like to put this in kind of like a context of like, you know how call centers, how they have like queues. And so they have certain call queues that, they got the next next caller, and then they hang up, they got the next caller, so they got the callers in the queue. That's how I see with the vision boards that people have. So I put out on the vision board, I have this, I have this, I have that. And I want all these great things, and it's going to happen. But the thing about it is that if they fall into a queue. So it's like, I want a mansion in Malibu Beach. Okay, here's the queue. All right, I want to have a family with kids. I don't really want kids, but anyway. So if I wanted to have a family and kids, then that would fall into the queue. If I would want to have maybe a job where I want to travel the world, if I want to just do something, extraordinary, something different, go to Niagara Falls and just fall into the water somewhere, then that falls into the queue. So as you can, see, everything kind of falls into this kind of waiting queue. And then once you get to, certain levels of success with, taking risk and leaving your job and doing this and doing that and doing different things so you can be useful to the world with your gifts and your talents, then those things just start coming. Everything that you put in your vision board, everything just comes at you. And it's like a flood, like, oh, wow. So, yeah, I'm excited to see when that day comes.
So many blessings of life, man. I'm curious. Let's just put in our diaries to talk again in 12 months. I'm going to put it right
in my diary. Let's do that.
I'm just fascinated to see, right now this is the time at the end of 2015 just to end the year powerfully and set up 2016 for like the best year ever so far. And yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm going to literally put it in here and have another chat with you in 12 months time because I'm curious.
Yeah.
it's
December 20th, 2016.
Why not? And that thing, just getting back together once a year and just going, what happened? It's exciting, right? Like, just let's go to that energy right now. December 20th, 2016 for both of us, and celebrate it. So even, that idea you just had of celebrating.
Let's do it.
I'm on a 2-month summer road trip right now. You're about to take a month to really celebrate your life. Let's celebrate in advance. Everything's about to happen. Because there is just a now, right? Yee-hoo! Pumped. Yeah, I'll put it in here in a second. I do have another question for you before we jam and finish up on this one. Next question for you. I've themed a lot of my stuff around momentum. A lot of people are using the power of now or flow, different things. I liked momentum. It just popped out as kind of one of those things that felt that needed to be expressed. So what's your definition when I say momentum to you? What's momentum? Take a moment.
Yeah. When I think of momentum, I don't know why I'm thinking of this right now. I'm thinking of like some locomotive train, always in motion and moving. So I think of momentum as something that's always moving forward. I don't think of momentum as something that's moving backwards. It's always something that's moving forward, something that's always in motion, something that it's kind of like a tug at your soul that, okay, you need to do this. This is what you're supposed to do. This is your purpose in life, but not everybody listens to that. So, yeah, that's momentum.
I like it. I always just like to drop that in at the end and ask, because something I noticed with you is you love the American Red Cross. When you're just about to finish up there and you think highly of all the people, you've obviously done a great job there career-wise, and they love you, you're going to be sorely missed. But at the same time, you're moving on. And for me, that's part of what I see momentum is. It's that everything we do it well, and then we move on when we know it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just can be powerful. Any final things when you're going on tour next year? Is it the same website people can find you at? How are people going to find out?
Yes. And I was going to talk about that too. So they can actually go to thecorporatepimp.net /RP tour. And R, of course, and R and P, of course, stands for the Revolutionizing Pimping Tour. So again, that is thecorporatepimp.net /RP tour.
Nice.
They can also donate on GoFundMe, which is my GoFundMe donation page, gofundme.com /RP tour 2016.
We'll put all that.
A little twist to it. But they will be able to learn more about the trip. Down below. Let me hit the. Go down below. thecorporatepimp.net /RP tour. So yeah, they can go there and learn more about the tour. And also on Periscope, everyone needs to go on Periscope. It's like the biggest thing now. But Periscope, you can go to @thecorporatepimp, and you'll actually see live broadcasts of me going to different places, different schools, and talking to the different students. I will also have videos on Instagram. My Instagram page is @thecorporatepimp as well. So they can go on Instagram @thecorporatepimp and look at my videos and my pictures on there every day. And I will be getting on everyone's nerves with just my face and my video everywhere. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Oh! So yeah.
I love it, man. How did you come up with pimp, and how are you getting away with that? That's a pretty controversial term for many people. PIMP, pimp.
Oh, it is. You can't say that. How I get away with it, how I talk about it is, with the TV show Pimp My Ride on MTV, I use that connotation a lot because everyone knows about the show. So I say, look, on the show, they use the word pimp more of a word, a meaning of, hey, I want to make this car better, or I want to upgrade. And I feel like taking that same term, because people have kind of already revolutionized the term. It's not the same as it used to be back in the day, but people more so use it as like, oh, okay, you're big pimping. Like, oh, you got a job promotion, or you're doing this, and you got married, you da 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 da. So it's like people use it for more positive, terms, ways in different sentences when they speak. And so I wanted to kind of take that, but then I wanted to grab people's attention because with a title like that, How to Pimp Corporate America, it's almost an interesting dichotomy, because people are like, how can you pimp corporate America? Wait, what is this about? And when I explain, no, it's actually to make something better. So think of yourself making corporate America better, but you're also making yourself better, because the main tagline in the book is that you have to pimp yourself in order to pimp corporate America. No. So yeah, it all starts for you, and it's always about the person, the individual, understanding that the change actually begins with them.
I like it. It's been great chatting with you today, mate. I'm looking forward to more life together, to catching up in person when we do. I know it will happen. I feel it.
Yes.
It just is.
Yes, it will.
I'm going to share one quick tool with everyone at the end of this video, because something that I do is I just go, if I'd like to meet someone, I just look at them and I receive their energy, and I go, I'll see you soon. I don't think how in my mind it's going to happen. I don't think I have to book a flight. I have to do this. I have to do that. I don't worry about the how. There's just that clear decision in my awareness that it's done. Looking forward to it. We'll have the best time ever, my friend. I can't wait to meet you. Any final comments for everyone? Last 30 seconds.
That's it. I'm signing out with light and love.
Bam.